Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday, TGIF, and all that good stuff. Welcome, everybody. We've already got a pretty good little group of folks over here in the chat. Let's see who we got. We got Troy Pritchard. How you doing, Troy? Jeff Nearcorn. Good morning, sir. Randy Hall is joining us again today. My old buddy Javi's alive and kicking this morning. How you doing, Javi? Hitch Hamilton. Good morning to you. Jim Senecola says good morning. Bart Bixel. Good morning to you, Bart. Jim says he's waiting in the eye doctor's office. Okay, well, hope everything goes well there, Jim. Larry Galt. Morning. Cold front has arrived in Texas. Stay tuned. 80 next week. Okay. All right. Eddie Hall. Good morning, everyone. He says. Brian Moomy's in the house. Good morning, Brian. LB Sharp. Good morning, sir. And we've got Earl Walker too. So good bunch of folks over there. Yeah, today is a week from today is Black Friday. So all you crazy Black Friday shoppers are probably starting to get excited. Get out there and spend that money you don't have. Crazy stuff. I see Rob Schuster's joining us this morning. Good morning, Rob. Yeah, a couple of, today is November 22nd. So, a couple of interesting and important things happened on this day. On this day in 1968, the Beatles released the White Album. It had some pretty good stuff on it. Had Hey Jude, Blackbird, Revolution, a lot of good stuff. That was a good album. And of course, probably even more important than that is the assassination of John F. Kennedy in Dallas. At about, from what I understand, about 12:30 is when that happened. So, yeah, it's, I was just a little kid. I was, in fact, in the fall of 63, I would have been in second grade. But I do remember a lot because, even though it was pretty much black and white TV and stuff back in those days, I remember that's all that was on TV. Of course, you only had 2 or 3 channels anyway. But yeah, remember seeing the thing that really sticks in my mind. Of course, I was most likely at school, because if you're not sure about November 63, if you look at the calendar for 2019, it's exactly the way it was in 1963. The November 1st was on a Friday, which meant the calendar looks exactly the same. Thanksgiving was on the 28th that year, and the 22nd was on a Friday, just like it is today. So anyhow, it big change as far as the course of history, I think, when that happened. Hitch says, I will never forget 3rd grade Danville. Announcement came over the intercom. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what happened at school. I was still at, no, I take that back. The fall of 63. No. In fall of 63, from 63 to 64 would have been the last year that I was attending New Winchester. So I don't remember being sent home. They might have. I don't remember it, but I think it really um, sunk in when you started seeing grown-ups, and how upset they were and all that. And it didn't matter back then. It didn't matter which side they were on. There weren't sides really. It was, people voted for the person they thought was going to do the best job, and whoever won, everybody supported them and all, back really the way it should be. But yeah, the thing I remember most, I think, was 2 days later on Sunday. They were showing him bringing Lee Harvey out, and Jack Ruby shooting him right there on live TV. That really really stuck with me. And I don't know what your thoughts are about the whole thing. I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories and all that stuff, but I've watched all kinds. I love a good documentary, so I've watched all kinds of documentaries and stuff like that. And of course, back then, I was only 7 years old, so I wasn't. I was thinking about playing outside or something. I wasn't really thinking about all that stuff. But when you get older and you think, well, I want to try to learn about this and see all that stuff. And the whole thing is, and I know I'm not alone when I say this, but the whole thing to me is kind of hokey. I mean, the magic bullet theory and all that stuff. It's I don't know. It just, I'm just a pretty logical, common sense person. And most of that stuff they tried to explain didn't make any damn sense. So I don't know. But anyway, I did, I meant to save it in the, let's see if I can put it. I might be able to put it in the, let's see if I can do this without knocking myself off here. I'll see if I can put it in the chat. I was going to put a link to something in the show description, and I forgot to do it before we started, but I will do it after this is over, and I'll go ahead and put it in the chat for now. And you don't have to go watch it right now, but if there's a video. It's a kind of a condensed version, I think, of one of the speeches that JFK gave, where he's talking about big government. And of course, wasn't much longer after that, he was assassinated. So anyway, I'll see if I can find that. I think I saved the link, but I don't remember what I called it. I'm so bad about that. I save stuff and then I'll spend having to go back and look it up anyway because I don't remember where I saved it or what I called it. Oh well, I'll try to keep looking for it here. I don't know. Are we on Facebook? Is there anybody out there watching on the Facebooks? StreamYard has given me 2 errors. According to this thing, I'm live. I'm obviously live on YouTube because I'm getting comments from over there. But it keeps coming up saying there's some kind of an error. So I don't know whether it may not be working on Facebook or something. Let's see if I've got any comments at all. I don't see any from Facebook, so it may not be working over there. Let's see if I hit that. Let's see if it's going to work. Yeah, keeps giving me an error, so I won't worry about Facebook today then. It's not surprising it doesn't work. Yeah, what would I call that darn link? Anyway, if I don't find it to post it here in the chat, I will put it. Oh, maybe I'm not looking in the right place. Maybe I saved it over here. No, I don't see it. Oh well, I'll find it again and put it in the show description. And if you want to come back later when this is a thing or whatever, and you can watch that. It's a video, but it's really just audio of his speech. And it's really interesting if you take. It's only I think about. I want to say it's less than 8 minutes long. But if you take a look at it, or really listen to it, and listen to what he's saying, you'll kind of go, mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know what the heck I saved that thing is. Probably, I've slept since then. I did that last night, so not surprising. I don't remember. Javi says over there, he says he just checked and Facebook is not up. Yeah. Well, when I clicked on, when I clicked go live, it came up with an error. And of course, it's still showing one for Facebook. But I was looking, I had YouTube open, and most everybody watches on YouTube anyway. So, I'm like, it's not that big a deal because I only usually have 1 or 2 people over there on Facebook watching. And if it's an error, they can always come over here to YouTube and watch it. But let me just pick up some of these comments here. Dave Clemens is in the house this morning. How you doing, Dave? Randy Hall says, my dad and I was there when JFK got shot. Yeah. The Jay Downer, how you always says. Earl says, we were watching the parade in my elementary school. I remember it. It says, what was the Jack Ruby deal all about? I don't know. I'll tell you what, though, there are a ton of good documentaries, and I'm not saying movies. Don't watch movies because they try to make you think the way they want you to think. But if you just watch documentaries and interviews with people that were there when it happened, or all that stuff, that's the ones to watch, in my opinion. Bart says, I was 2. I don't remember much of anything. I remember where I was on the attempt on Reagan. Yeah, I do. I remember that too. Yeah. Ron Cleveland in the house this morning. How are you, Ron? Yeah, there's that message. Javi says, now Facebook's not up. Yeah, Facebook is going to miss out this morning. I only, ST, whatever that is, the coffee session for the 21st on Facebook. I don't know. I don't want to mess around and hit the wrong button here and wipe this out, but I'll look over here on Facebook real quick. There's the link. Wait a minute. That's the one from yesterday. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but anyway, like I said, I don't worry about it. I mean, I'll broadcast it there just because most of the time it works and most of the time it's real easy to set up. But, if it don't want to play today, that's okay. We'll try it again another day. Yeah, so let's see. Let me check out some more of these comments. Randy Hall says we got 27 on the tubes. Yep, that's about right. Ron says he didn't see it on Facebook. Patrick says, so what's up, Dave? Any plans today? Yeah, I'll be running my Gatton CNC wide open today. So what I'll be doing as soon as I get finished here. But yeah, so do you think, getting back to the Beatles, they released the White Album on November 22nd, exactly 5 years later after JFK was assassinated. So you think there was any connection there, why they did that on that day? Clyde says, just started on Facebook. So is it running now? I think I know what's happened. Facebook, because that's the one from yesterday. And I don't even see the one. What Facebook will do is when you schedule a live, if it doesn't start within 10 minutes of the start time, they delete it. So that's why it's not over there. So I could probably, it's, in fact, this, when I take time to read this thing, that's what it's saying. It's saying Facebook automatically deletes all streams that don't go live within 10 minutes. The problem is I did go live within 10 minutes. It was Facebook that didn't want to work. So let's see if I can. What time is it now? No, it won't let me do that. Yeah, it's wanting me to create a new broadcast. I'm not fooling with Facebook. Sorry. I don't care. If we're live here on YouTube, that's good enough. And it seems like more and more people are coming to YouTube. So it's like, yeah, we just go watch it over there. Yeah, you're back on YouTube. Yeah. Bob P's in the house. Good morning, Bob P, whoever you are. Good to see you this morning. Yeah, so I'm looking. I don't see any comments about that. But do you think there was any connection between the Beatles? Because it did have that song "Revolution" on the White Album. So maybe they were trying to create some kind of significance to releasing it on that same date, exactly 5 years later. But you never know. It's I tell you, when you watch those documentaries and stuff about that, it's interesting to think about how different things would probably be had that not happened. Like I said, it totally changed the course of history, and probably not for the better. But anyhow, in other news, we'll switch topics real quick. In other news, did y'all hear that 7-time NASCAR champion Jimmy Johnson says he's going to hang it up after the 2020 season? Good for him. Good for him. He hadn't really been, he hadn't done, he's 7-time champion, so you got to give him that, but he hadn't really done much the last few years. But I think a lot of it has to do with the crazy rules they keep changing. So, and he, he switched, him and Chad Knaus got split up, and Let's see. I got a couple of questions here. Let me see if I can get to them. LB says, is it hard or expensive to create these video chats? No, it's not really hard. I mean, obviously, because I'm able to do it. So that would be your first clue right there. That it's pretty easy. And it's not very expensive. Now, I do pay for the paid plan for StreamYard. They have 3 different plans, I think. One is a free plan. And if you have the free plan, let me see if I can show you here. Oh, I guess it's here. If you have the free plan, you have their logo up here in the upper right that I just put up there, and it's there. You can't remove it. So, which makes sense. I mean, if you're using it free, you should help advertise for them. But so that's one difference. And then when you have the paid plan, they have one plan that's I think it's $25 a month or something like that. Then you get the ability to do overlays. You can remove their logos and things like that. And when I say overlays, I'm talking about this. If I've got the little coffee cup up here. That's just an animated GIF. The coffee stations thing, the little frame, that's just an overlay. The video intro and the outro where you hear the music, that's that. So you can't do a lot of that stuff with the free version. And then they also have, I think it's about $50 a month. I think they have a professional version, and with that you can stream 5 places within StreamYard. And with the paid plan I use, I can stream 2. So I stream Facebook and YouTube, which is really all I need to stream to anyway. So that's it. I hope that answered your question. But no, it's easy and it's not expensive. Let's see. Joe asked, are they going electric after 2020? I don't know. I don't think they're going electric that quick, but Clyde says, I think it's Father Time that caught up to Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. Yeah, he hadn't had the, and of course you could look at it a lot of different, if you've got that conspiracy theory type mind, you can say, well, maybe they think it would be bad for NASCAR if he topped, Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt, because they both have 7. So there's a 3-way tie. They all got 7. And maybe they don't want him to win the 8th, which could be true, But yeah, he just hadn't had what it takes for a few years now. I think a lot of it is the rules. Now, whether or not they changed them because they didn't want him to win 8 championships or not, I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past them. Randy Hall says, good question, LB Sharp. So I guess he liked the question about these video chats. Yeah, this is, I used to use, back when I was doing the, I'm still doing the CNC thing on Saturday nights. But, back then, everybody pretty much, well, I won't say everybody, but a lot of folks would use the Google Hangouts, and you could have a panel, you could have up to 10 people in those. And it went away. Google decided to do away with that. at least the live streaming Hangouts. They still have Hangouts, I think, the private ones. But that went away on August the 4th or something like that, August 1st. I can't remember. So I had to look for another way to do these streams. And I did one show with OBS software, but it's got a much steeper learning curve, and I had to do the show by myself. There was kind of like I'm doing now, but I couldn't have guests on and stuff like that. So I did that one show with OBS, and then right after I did that show, the very next day, I found StreamYard and have been with StreamYard ever since. So it's a nice platform to use, and I use it for a lot of things. I do these coffee sessions like this. I do the Saturday night show, the CNC with Dave show, on Saturday nights, where I can have guests up to I can have up to 5 guests, so there can be a total of 6 people in the stream. And I also just use it like a private hangout, where but it makes it nice because you can share the screen. There's so many things that work really well with this, except Facebook today. I don't know what happened with Facebook. I just don't know. But that's the way it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. YouTube pretty much never lets me down, though. It's always going to be here on YouTube. I think both times it's the 2 streaming things haven't worked. It was Facebook that didn't work. So anyway, well, I see my time is just about up here. Had a good crowd over here today. Let me see if I can pick up a couple more comments here. Joe Downer says, I think the country concert brought more people to MIS, I guess that's Michigan International Speedway, than the NASCAR race. Says something. Yeah, NASCAR, I'm telling you, it's, we've talked about it before. It's not what it used to be. And it gets me when they, when they do a race and the announcers are saying, yeah, we've got a capacity crowd here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you don't. For one, you can see it when the camera pans around. And for another, they remove, 50,000 worth of seats or something on the backstretch or whatever. So it's losing its popularity. And apparently the big wheels at NASCAR don't care or think they know better, because they don't seem to be making any changes that are going to work, in my opinion. Joe says he's got to go get in line for his Garth Brooks concert tickets later. Well, see you, Joe. Good luck getting tickets. Yeah, we're going to wrap this one up. I see Patrick's made it here. Have a great day, everyone. I'm off to see the man with the money. There you go. There you go. Yeah, they keep lowering the capacity to avoid fibbing. Yeah. All right. Well, my timer is going to ding in about 30 seconds, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here tonight. I really appreciate you guys hanging in here and listen to me ramble on. But I hope you have a great Friday. Everybody have a great weekend. Be safe. And if you're a CNC guy, we'll see you tomorrow night at 8. And if you're not, hopefully I'll see you back here at 9 a.m. Monday morning. Everybody have a good one. See ya.